decision. I was just like, look, I don't care what the excuse is, Taryn. Like, I didn't know. I needed it. One of them ones. I don't care how you do it. Just get it done. And he did not get it done.
What was it? A draw?
No, didn't they go with a split decision?
Yeah. What does that mean?
It means one judge went Taryn, one judge went Jake,
Because I was
and then
waiting
the
to
third
speak to like
one
one of
went
you, man.
Jake.
Like, what happened there?
Oh, so Jake won.
Oh, was it this?
2 went Jake, 1 went Tyron.
And
peak.
Yeah. He did it in his hometown though. You know, Tyron called it out and said, you know, we're in your hometown, let's run it back.
Look, I didn't, I'll be honest here, I didn't put no hopes of the black community on Tyron because I saw what happened with the Covington fight. And he came out, he's talking all BLM. He wasn't answering no questions like BLM. And he got banged up. His ribs got broken.
Well, I mean, it was the time.
He's from Ferguson.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's a joke, man.
Ferguson, yeah?
Like,
I thought it was Flint. So his water's still running though.
to be fair, you can throw it out there. Ferguson, that water shit.
I have no water.
It's the hands right there too. It's the hands right there. Them hands ain't never seen no clean water. No. But it's the truth. Sometimes I'm just like, Tyron, if you ain't like with that one, if you're not gonna deliver, please, for the love of God, just try and not bring any more attention to it than there needs be.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel when you see, like, say you go on someone's Instagram page or something, and it says Black Lives Matter, it still says Black Lives Matter. Does that make you think of something?
Sellouts.
It depends. It depends on who they are and what the situation is. Like, if it's a white person or an Asian or anybody that's not black, I'm just like, okay, maybe you were trying to be nice and you just left this on and you forgot. I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt. Black people, I'm going to start looking at your profile. If I start seeing shit I don't like, then I know what I'm expecting. But ultimately, if they're activists, like, in the circles of BLM, I will look at you very questionably. But if you're not and you just an average Joe, I can understand, I suppose. I won't be happy. And if it's my fucking family, best believe we're gonna have some words. It's not like my sisters again get that chance to fucking leave that shit on and they get phone call from me like, the fuck is all this shit? Take that shit off.
Yeah.
I do feel a bit more bougie with it. Like, even just the other day, you know, an ad came up and it was someone who had a song. The song was nice. I think it was a female. Like, it was a nice song, great voice.
What's her
name?
I
can't remember. So this is why I can't remember. I'll tell you why. Because I clicked on her page and I'm like, okay, I want to see what more she's got. Sound like a pervert, innit? Music-wise, innit? Yeah. And as soon as I got there, I saw Black Lives Matter in the thing. I clicked straight off. I said, you're lost. But you're done, man. You're finished.
Here's the
thing.
That's not fair, though. Everyone's on their journey, innit?
Bars. For people that should know better, no excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses. Yeah. But I look at everybody else and I say, do you really, like, how far are you on your journey? A lot of people just got started. I remember one time, a long time ago, you would have seen a BLM post on my Instagram. You won't see it no more. You know, and you'd see me thinking like, oh, you know what? There's good and bad. There's good and bad in everything.
Yeah.
If you're not naive, if you're young to this, especially with the black political thought wise, I don't think BLM is well, you're going to start somewhere. I don't love it at all. I especially don't like BLM UK.
How come?
They're decentralized.
Wait, BLM UK?
Well,
it's a worldwide.
Yeah, there's BLM in different countries, and that's the thing. That's why for me it's hard because they got BLM Israel though. So that's where I said like, nah, y'all are serious. That's serious now because they'll kill your asses. They will kill you. Just believe that. They will definitely do it. But for a lot of those Ethiopians that went to Israel, they get discrimination, whatever. Then that's the Italian one. Yeah. They have it for them lot right there. But the UK one is very decentralized. No names, no faces, no central structure, which operationally is difficult to run in certain regards because you don't know who you're going to go and say, hey, yo, there's money missing. You see, BLM in Ferguson, BLM in the US, you know who your chapter leaders are.
What, George Soros and them man there?
Let's go, Shayne.
Straight, man, George.
The financer.
George, we don't
the
rate,
financer.
George, we don't rating you, bro. We're not rating you,
The
George.
financer.
There's 50k on your head, bro.
You know he made that 50k back in like a minute.
Yeah, yeah,
The type of motherfucker with money.
Is it? We'll edit that bit.
on my head, that's disrespect.
We'll edit that bit though, just for
safety precautions, health and safety.
Yeah,
health and safety.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
you
a
have
bar though, Gav. That's
decentralized shit.
It's not like it's so good.
Cold. Well, decentralized shit. When you become the ghost, it confirms what we all thought and what has already been said, which is who are you and where's the money.
Yeah.
So what is this? The BLM UK is what, like a crypto.
Nah,
crypto.
think of it like
Decentralized.
No. Think of it like the difference between like you see like Antifa. You know how like they always get mad about Antifa. Fucking Antifa's coming here. Antifa and communist. You know why they're mad? Because you can't figure out who runs Antifa because nobody runs Antifa. Antifa is whoever the fuck wants to go fight. That's really...
It's almost like anonymous. Like
that's what it is. It's that whole no formal structure shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Some skinheads.
whoever funds it the most can just... Antifa one day could be doing something for this cause and they can be fighting against it.
Is that how it works though?
In a way, no. That's the irony. Because they're decentralized, it kind of means that they're only there on the principle, not so much. It's like leaderless rebellions, if you will. So in a way, it's harder to corrupt an Antifa because they meet on a certain principle rather than meeting through certain people, locations, or groups. Whereas if they were the opposite and we knew Antifa Wood Green's chapter leader is John Jones or whatever, and then we can say, hey, John, how's the mortgage payments? You behind on your mortgage payments? We're going to pay it off and you're going to make things go away and you're going to stop that shit. That, in a sense, is the big benefit Antifa has. But then equally, when you look at BLM UK, the downside to that structure is you have these faceless people who run movements in all of our best interest that we can't hold accountable, that we don't know who the hell they are, we don't know where the money is, and no one here really expected to see that money. But you know, those are the issues there. It's interesting though. It's interesting because there's benefits and disadvantages to both styles.
Yeah.
I got a slight question. It might be going off, and it might just flip it up if it's not making sense. Of the models, if we just break them down to models, so let's say for us, you say Malcolm's model, Garvey's model, and Martin Luther King's model. It's just to keep it sort of simple.
I went too far.
Of the three,
straight to Egypt.
What model? The question really is, what model do you think in today's climate is the best one, or seemingly from a strategic
is the best one?
Nah, man, people can't read 42 principles. What is it? 42 principles?
No.
28?
No. 62.
62.
No, I'm
people
trying.
can't
No, I made it up.
I'm like, bro, people can't do 10 commandments, bro. Like, give people 62 principles? Like, nah, they're flawed. Nah, what you lot think? You think
maybe Malcolm's, isn't it?
I think, I gotta give it to the Malcolm. But I gotta give it to the Malcolm post Hajj. Post Hajj. Not pre-Hajj. Post Hajj.
That's about it.
The after Malcolm. Yeah, I think that one would work best. He made contacts in countries around the world. He went to meet with presidents and things of that nature. Yeah. If he'd have lived and if we'd have followed that exact method,
things would be very different.
Yeah, we'd have a much more straight line towards the motherland and the islands in Asia and such as well. And I think that would be different. Equally though, Garvey's model has its strength of complete, actually, in this capitalist world we live in now, Garvey told us to get our money right now and everything. Ooh.
Because I feel like sometimes Garvey's main downfall, a big part of it, was the finance side. If he had like a proper financial structure or team there or something which actually held down the finances, then money wouldn't have been wasted on all the boats and getting ripped off through all of that and
What do we have any? Do we have any now? Like,
or financial institutions?
Who is our Malcolm or Garvey
all
now?
the rappers,
like,
innit?
He's got a point.
What, little pump? What, little pump?
He's got a point though. Think about
No.
who else is
Who are
there
they?
to really like?
I don't
Not
know.
to say that's who we
P. Diddy.
see as.
Dr.
P.
Umar.
Diddy.
Dr. Umar.
I'm joking.
Cut that out before Umar's people come chase me
Wait,
down.
did you say Umar?
No.
He's still trying to build schools, bro.
He's still trying to be like saying
He's still
make that a nursery.
I saw him with a live in the
nursery
school
school at night, man.
with like a paintbrush himself. I was like,
Wait, that is...
in it. I was like,
There's
yo,
one
this
room.
looks like you should
It's a shed.
have help from someone. In it.
Nah, you don't gotta put respect on Umar's there.
Shout out to Umar. Shout out to Umar.
With the lawnmower.
You know,
FDMG Academy.
But he's feeling proud, like the sign takes up the whole thing.
when the budget was blown on
Oh, God, the budget girl there lifted in. Oh, Lord.
We're trash for that. We're trash for that.
That's understandable. But shit, who's the Garvey of today? Who's the best black financer that we can think of off the top? And I hate to say it, but you're right. The best one I can think of is Diddy.
What about Dr. Dre?
Dre doesn't put his money as much in the black community. That's the only thing. Neither does Diddy, but Diddy is more of an attention whore.
Yeah, he makes it look like he's doing that.
His
The shit like, we gotta pay our artists and like, you rip me off if you
yeah.
money, just chill.
Like I saw you got an all-female marketing team
Is
recently.
it?
Diddy,
Oh, yeah.
And then I looked and I thought exactly that. I thought, bruv, you still owe.
Smart,
don't you
man.
owe Shayne some money?
Yeah. He's all like now, like.
Speaking of which, can we just have a moment to recognize how great Shayne is? And
Yeah, shout out to Shayne.
you know,
Shayne,
he's a governor in Belize? Like he's in like the Belizean government, like their House of Representatives. He came to America for political, like, to meet with the ambassadors and do all that paperwork shit. Yeah, man.
I didn't know.
I saw it randomly just
Check his paperwork.
They can't do that shit no more. He's got diplomatic immunity. Shit. Shayne could go. Yeah, Shayne could go back to the same club, take out the same gun, shoot the same city. Like, y'all can't do shit.
That sounds like a bar, you know.
But yeah,
No, who did he have though? What, Diddy?
Diddy?
No,
No. There's others. There's others. There's got to be others.
When you
So-
say
so you know
Diddy,
what-
I think of him in his dressing gown, just like just on the
Dancing
you know,
around
it's
with
a
our
shame,
money
it's a shame,
and our
yeah.
future.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I said Kanye, you know. In terms of influence.
Okay, influence.
In terms of influence.
let's
it's
do it like
probably
that.
Kanye. This isn't, and just
Okay,
disclaimer,
influence.
this isn't who we think or we see as a
No,
leader.
who's the greatest and the
But
biggest
just
one?
going by.
No, but who do you think though? I want to know who do you think?
I
I saw it.
Straight at him. Straight at him. What do you think, brother? Brother.
What's your one, guys? I know who mine is. I know who I'm
mine.
saying.
Mine's Little Pump. I'm saying from now, Little Pump. I got you, bro. Come on.
Put the beat on. Put the music on when you.
Gucci gang. He's gonna take us to greatness, bro.
Oh,
Come
man.
on.
He's gonna lead us.
Yeah, take us back to that spaceship. The spaceship we came in.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. No, hey, Tyler Perry.
Nah,
hey,
nah,
was it
I
Gav?
don't know.
Someone was saying he did something where someone got.
You look disgusted.
Gav, it was you, man.
Too many women.
I hate his movies. Yeah,
He
it's just the movies. I don't find the movies
he
funny
took
enough.
someone in when they got
And he wears
embarrassed.
too
or
much
something
dress.
like
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry when
that.
they
Was
were
it you?
when they were getting
Oh,
chased
Jam.
by all
That's a
the
bit
press
booky.
and
That's
that.
a bit booky there, isn't it? What do you not think?
What?
He's
Tyler
not
Perry
allowed-
took their asses in?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Nah, it makes sense to me because Tyler Perry is the ultimate little kind of black
Coon.
Hollywood like little
coon.
like. Nah, he ain't a coon. What? It's weird. He ain't a coon, but
It's
he's got
because of the
far
dresses.
off.
You think he's a coon, innit?
He
Yeah.
is.
He's wore too many dresses, man.
No,
Yeah,
well,
it's a dress,
but there is
no, that-
there's the criticism, the two things, the emasculation of man with the dresses thing, but also there's criticism of him not bringing people into the industry. He gives them part, but he doesn't give them any
Who,
sort of
Tyler?
equity. Or
You know,
anything.
remember he
Tyler
proper
Perry.
put
yeah.
Fousey Tube on. Like he proper was like pushing Fousey Tube. You know, like how Harry Kane was pushed through the Tottenham Academy.
Yeah.
I got a noteworthy source who told me that. I feel like I agree with what you're saying. I feel like he picks and chooses, but I don't know if he's picking and choosing the same color. I don't know, man.
There's a colour
But
scheme.
I remember he pushed Fousey.
He likes a light.
He was
He likes
all
light.
over him.
I don't know. I can
Yeah,
imagine. I feel like.
You know what, I was
I did
smiling,
his
so-
friends.
Yeah.
He likes hanging out
Like
with
Will Smith.
Yeah,
No.
starts to get a little bit of the bear, you know. He starts to be a little bit of that guy. Don't like it.
Who's your leader, Gab?
I don't know.
I don't have a leader. See, I like the way you put that question there. It was easy for me to answer. I don't have a leader.
Law and Master, yeah.
Because this is the thing, yeah, and you kind of touched on it. I feel like there has to be some sort of decentralized structure, but with a structure, if that makes sense. Because every time we've been infiltrated, and this is the thing, yeah. A lot of people, at least, say for instance, you got a movement. It's just my theory. Say 30% are down. They know the ethics. They know the mission statement. They know what we're here to do. Then you got the 70% who are just following. That's not to criticize them, but they're just following. So once the figurehead goes, now they're just kind of headless chickens. Now it's like, greed, envy.
I know what you mean.
Look, do you get what I'm saying?
Like when they shot, Malcolm or Dr. King.
Exactly.
Movements centered around them fizzled out.
You see,
you're right.
Or it goes off into loads of different splinter groups, and then everyone's coming off with their own.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's up? Are you trying to say we shouldn't have a leader? We should just think for ourselves and just pattern ourselves, like
I think it's
educate ourselves. Is it?
Go on.
So what is it? You just walked off right there. He's about to pick up and drop a mic. Jeez.
Yeah, like God.
I think where we was though is we were talking about different models, innit? Like what model today would work. I think we had the comparison between these fucking ignorant niggas right now. You sound like some ignorant niggas.
That boy with a guy who's disgusted with everyone in the room. He's like, I can't stay focused for nothing.
Yeah. I think the last thing we were saying was about the leaders, the leadership styles.
And women in Haiti.
No, that was the last thing we said, but we didn't know what
from
was
the
before that,
point.
innit? You know what I'm saying?
Man, power of editing.
Alright, cool then. I'll get straight into it. I think it gets slept on, or it needs to be said that the influence of women or the impact of women needs to be heralded more. I.e., my point being is, Haitian Revolution, women were a massive part of the success of that. Marcus Garvey's movement, women were a massive part of that success of that. And he was quoted saying, John, what was the ad-lib? Sorry, ad-lib in here. If I had half as many...
Yeah, if I something along the lines of if I had half as many of these women in my battalion, or whatever force he had,
you have the strongest military.
Or they probably wouldn't have been infiltrated.
Okay,
half as many good men as I had women.
Yeah, something like that.
So basically saying it's in favour of women. In favour of women.
Yeah. That means he had more women. If he had half as many.
Look, the gist of what he's saying, yeah.
This ain't quantum physics, man. If we're struggling here, we decentralize the blockchain.
I get where you at. I said blockchain. I get where you at.
That's when Marcus Garvey was like,
Them guys.
You know, you showed the Shayne the postcard. Why do you have it on you?
But it's actually kind of endless. Even with the Black Panther, with do you think it was Bear Man that started off doing the breakfast stuff?
No,
it wasn't Bear Man doing
right.
started off doing the breakfast clubs. It was women running that.
Yep.
What's that?
The Panthers when they first started, it was just community patrols, but obviously as they developed into the Panthers, which we know of, breakfast programs and all that type of stuff.
What, feeding people?
Yeah, that's kids come in, have breakfast. Literally, they're fried eggs and like actual cereal. Good. No,
Black on business.
Free. No, it was free for the community, right?
That's good. Though.
And you know what? It was so influential that it actually was the predecessor to the U.S. breakfast programs they have in schools today.
Amazing.
And
talk to it.
Like you said, there was women who was big parts of that. But one thing about Panther women was they made it crystal clear from the start. They were like, "We support you. We want to do it, but we're not going to take second place. Like it will be equal. Like." No sticking us women in the back and then y'all go out with the guns and do all that other fuck shit. They're like, nah.
I think that's more wavier though.
And they made sure.
Yeah. She's got her rifle ready. That's sick.
I can't lie. Like that's the type of thing right there. If I see that, that's a wrap for me.
Yeah.
It's like, sister, hello.
You know what I'm saying?
My goodness.
That is. Ooh.
Girls with guns.
Yeah.
That's the name of the title. There we go.
Not with
Girls with guns. Yeah.
Well, yeah. No. Can we get YouTube? Can we get done for that?
No.
Wait, actually, that's a bit too violent, isn't it?
Yeah, this ain't America either. They'll come ask questions.
Yeah, true.
No, but you're flowing though. Sorry, bro.
But it's true. Like there, where the Panthers had that great structure where
Yeah.
you need women to be in there, and even get 50 guys together. I don't think 50 guys alone can always come up with the best idea.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
bare
as-
testosterone. Like,
Yeah.
let's just run up in there and just like take man out, bro.
What do you mean he won't eat the food? Wrap it up, I'll dash it. You know what I mean? Like, there's too many times. Sometimes it'd be like, yo, we need somebody else's idea. This is violent.
Do you think we have women like see the women of today? Do we have any leaders like women leaders?
Oh,
Who we
hell
got?
yeah.
Have we got more women
Hell
leaders than you're saying that?
Hell yeah, we got some great.
Is it?
You know, I want to say something on that.
Go on.
You know, I think it's tough. I think it's tough for us to know who the leader is because we're so distracted. Because there's so many channels of influence, music. I mean, even like sports,
Korea.
your career.
Yeah.
Like you have your own kind of culture amongst yourself, your own family unit, your own ecosystem. So it's tough. One thing I admired was it was almost like a kind of, I wouldn't say religion, but there was a certain, okay, we know what Malcolm's talking today. We're going down to this place. We're going to listen. I mean,
Shall I tell you what the real problem is?
yeah.
Back then they knew. Now everyone's getting more and more brainwashed. Not even from a pro-black perspective, even about just life. Some people are depressed if they, this person's got a car and I'm on Instagram and I've seen it. And,
Yeah, then you're lost, man. You don't want to hear
people are
about.
more lost than ever.
Yeah.
And a lot more misinformation out there to keep you thinking about other things. You know, it's easier back in 1961 to say it's Sunday. Let's go see Malcolm after church speak about this on the corner about this. To can I do brunch with my friends down central London? Have we got enough money? Maybe I should. Can I work a little extra because we got to hustle hard. We got to hustle till we die.
False narrative.
Very, very true about that whole aspect of like, what are we looking at? Time.
Yeah, what we look. Yeah, they got our.
They learned. I think they learned a big lesson in the 60s actually, and I think what we're seeing today is that
game,
lesson,
yeah.
which is
Keep them distracted.
hey, you know, it's a whole lot better when you lot aren't fighting us and shopping. You know what I mean? Like when you're out spending money and you know, it's like,
on
there's nothing
aimless
wrong with-
things.
Exactly.
To try and satisfy some need which you never will of stunting and being
I get to be more rich than the other people around me. Like
yeah.
that replaced our line of thought. And that
That's why that's
why
bars.
we're here.
That's deep. Yeah.
that's why we're here.
Do you, what are you lot saying? Is the change gonna come for that though? Do you lot believe it, or are you lot just like fuck it, just living my life?
But what does that mean, living my life though?
Like just got to get going
my
along
head down.
with this system,
We'll
innit?
keep your head down.
Yeah, like
We're
because
paying
some
your
are on
taxes,
that.
yeah,
Some
keep your head
people,
down.
you know
Pay
what
my
I'm saying?
taxes, keep my head down, don't rock the boat. I think location matters.
Is it?
I think
You're gonna
location.
say Africa?
I think I'm very, very questionable about what we're gonna get, like how the next 50 years will look for us here. I think Africa and the Caribbean is obviously going to go through changes. For example, the president of Ghana signing and putting in like air corridors between Ghana and Jamaica. Like both countries got their independence in their 60s. It's already atrocious that it took 60 years for us to decide that we want to make sure that airlines go to and from, so you can go from Kingston to Accra. That, you know, the African
You can do that now.
Yeah, now you can. Yeah, because
Isn't
now finally the flights are there. One of the things, you know, we forget living here is one of the reasons why shit's fucked up is because shit is not coordinated. It's easier to get shit from Europe to Nigeria than it is to get from something from Ghana to Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Because my parents live in Barbados, so saying from they can't even fly from there to
Heathrow or
to Ghana or somewhere.
exactly.
Like they have to go here.
Yeah, they'll have to come to Heathrow, change, then go to
That's mad, you know.
That's power as well, man. That's how the UK moves, man. That's a very.
Where's
powerful.
our airlines at, man?
Trade terrorists.
Oh my god.
slap them all with the trade tariffs. I like it. Because that's the one right there. That's more of a war than war nowadays. Like they hate that shit.
Yeah.
You slap a good tariff in, you'll get a fight. But
That's what we need to be like.
economically,
Yeah.
Fighting on that paper.
Yeah. Yeah. See, 50k on it.
You laugh at that.
This is an engine for the plane.
One engine. I think we're gonna be all right. I think we ain't gonna get the type of progress we want right now.
Yeah.
Because I think we're gonna go slower than that. But every time I doubt us, I would urge anyone to just stop and remember they didn't expect the country to wind up the way it did in 2011.
What
In what
happened-
way?
What's happening
Remember
there?
the riots?
The Tottenham. Is it?
They remember no one expected that.
Yeah.
Then it just happened.
I'll be surprised, man. These psychopaths
Yeah,
at the top, man.
it's like there's a
you think
formula
that-
man, I don't know. I feel like there's
So,
there's a lot of like we did this in one of the shows about how say with oh man, if I go back to the Watts riots, prior to that there was this thing called I don't know if it was called the Great Migration or right? And then there's a lot of blacks buying up a lot of properties in
new areas in LA and that.
and I feel like they knew what they were doing. They were like, okay, you can't get a house. Like, what's gonna happen over time? And then I don't know. I feel like they know what they're doing, and they kind of squeeze. I call it the great squeeze, where you just keep the freedom coming down, and you keep the limitations going up. Eventually, you get to a point where, nah, fuck it, man. They just took one of our guys. Boom, let's riot or what have you. Like, I feel like the government, they want this, right? Because it keeps us divided.
Yeah.
Like, I saw, when I look back at some of those Watts riots, I remember some black guy was like, he had a black store and he was like, why do you guys rob from my store?
I think I know the clip.
I
think I've seen that clip as well, but it's heartbreaking.
Heart, man.
It is heartbreaking, though.
Yeah.
Daylight's uncle.
Oh my. What, they like the...
They like the grime,
Wait, is that uncle got pattern? Is that uncle got...
No, it's not his fault, but it's because Daylight's from the same
Daylight's
area.
uncle was
okay.
That speaks to something as well, though.
Yeah.
The tools of control, innit? Like,
And
fear.
then the Rodney King happened, that's it. Rodney King happened and then, boom, we rewriting.
Yeah.
What's the one?
So during that Great Migration, I'm trying to think, Great Migration happened, a lot of people are moving to like LA, buying up properties.
Move from the south up north. So that's where, for example, you hear like northern cities in America now, like New York or Philadelphia, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Those black populations largely, not all of them, but largely came from the Great Southern Migration. Essentially, where the ancestors were enslaved, they just moved to the cities for better options and to avoid obvious racism and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that was a big push, like in the early 1900s. Then
That's ages ago.
years later, after paying taxes, buying property, and all that other shit, you get yourself right there in Watts. One person gets abused too many. Boom.
Yeah.
A riot kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
People
Very
dying.
bad. Oh, bro.
People
What
died,
did I watch?
businesses
Because I remember seeing
shattered.
that. I don't know
Like, it's
what
just
I
covered
The
in
footage
fire.
from there is pretty good.
When they go, why
Like
you
a word-
rob from
like
my
resident-
store?
Mhm.
Don't rob, take it from their store. Don't rob from me. I felt it for the black man.
Hey,
man.
is there a film?
In the Black Lives Matter riots.
Yeah.
So,
Is it?
but by this time, we should be wiser than that. I remember watching it live, thinking, "What? This doesn't make sense." Like, I was like, "What is this achieving?" Like? But I think it's that people this is what I realised. People that never thought about that consciously about racism and all this stuff. When people write it this time, they're just like, "Yeah, so what?" But if you've already thought about it, you kind of think, "Yeah, this happens all the time." But what's going on? And then you can kind of remove your emotion and start looking. Why are they destroying black businesses? What's that going to do?
Yeah, because think, but when they do the riots as well, you know what's funny with riots? You're destroying your area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Where are you gonna get water?
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's an order in chaos to a degree. So you brought
Can't
that point.
talk to
I was about to touch
I like
on
that
that.
phrase too.
So one example is I was watching The Godfather of Harlem, innit? It's just a loose example, but there was a point where a riot kicked off basically, and obviously it's like if you compare it to the riots we had over here. I remember during those riots thinking, "Where's all the police?" Like you think, "Where's all the police?" You can hear sirens every now and then, but like, "Where's all the police?" But you remember they disperse. First of all,
Just driving in circles.
there's only so much like, of a police force.
They still there.
Fucking it down.
They're
like.
still there. They're still there.
There's only so much of a minute, so there's justification. You can say, "Oh no, there wasn't enough police," but then when you think, "But wait, where were they?" Like I remember in Godfather of Harlem when I was watching it the other day, they made a point to go, "Oh no, don't worry, all the police are downtown because they want to protect all the. That's where all the money was, isn't it? Was downtown. Uptown is where all the poor stuff
Even
is.
in
So they're just gonna
2011.
leave you to smash it up first, get tired, and then they'll come and like, because then what happens? Property prices. There's gonna be a winner. Property prices go down. Then the gentrification's easier. All those
Repossessions, a
businesses,
lot of
those black-owned
repossessions,
businesses didn't have insurance quotes or insurance
Oh,
policies.
that's
You can't-
Same
And
as
let's
the
just
other
put it like
black-
this:
you
even the
gotta
ones
clean
that
it.
do, if you are in those conditions already, they're just gonna tell you, "Oh, you didn't have fire and
Exactly. That's the
violence
policy.
insurance. You had riot insurance. You didn't have fire and violence, like they did with
that's
Katrina
fucked. Yeah.
when they said, "Oh, you got wind insurance, you got rain insurance, but you don't have no hurricane insurance."
That's mad, isn't it?
Like,
That's
like,
mad.
yeah, like,
That's mad.
that's where you at.
How,
That's
yeah,
where-
do you know
That's
what I
so
mean?
tough,
It's
man.
like your house gets flooded. Well, I mean, you got hydrogen. Comes for hydrogen and oxygen.
But you don't have the covalent bonds between them.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. If we did it for you, we'd have to do it for everybody.
Covalent cover.
You start looking at like old textbooks, like, did we buy the insurance for this?
Yeah.
You start harassing your girl, like, woman, why didn't you buy no damn covalent bond insurance?
That's why I feel
you're
when you're saying about there's like, it's like there's a formula to it. There's a pressure point, isn't it? When this meets here, you hit that sweet spot, and then a riot is due to occur.